Welcome to a very special fifth gear. This is the big one, the test we've all been waiting for.
We've got it. The world's first TV test of the most talked about supercar of the century, the McLaren MP4 12C. And we've even brought a Ferrari along to test it against. This is going to be mega. Also, Vicky stars in a stunt extravaganza as Hollywood legend Vic Armstrong stages and directs an action-packed car chase just for us.
哇！我刚经过路特，但又看到一台车在地上跳跳跳。
It's time, wait for it, to find out about the car we've all been dying to hear about.
The McLaren MP4 12C. What a car! What a car!
Do you mind? I'm just
靠，
taking it
走
in.
错路。
Don't ruin it. Just don't speak. Well, I got it now.
A brand new 205-mile-an-hour British supercar built in Surrey.
Underneath here is a little sensor.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice, but that's to save weight.
By the people who run Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton in Formula One.
Let's have a look where the meat and veg is.
It's in here somewhere to open. There we go. Yeah, the problem was they couldn't find an engine small enough or light enough, which is why they made their own.
It's tiny, isn't it? I mean, it's 3.8 V8 twin turbo, weighs 150 kilos. It's nothing.
And produces 600 horsepower. 600 horsepower.
I know.
It's 168,500 pounds worth of exquisite engineering.
I'll get in there, mate.
Are you comfy?
I'm not sure I am, actually. Oh, that's nice. Look how far I can adjust that.
You happy now?
Hold on.
Did you know that grip was molded on Lewis's grip?
I like it.
It's not button, is it? No buttons on the steering at all. Look at this indicator store. Look, lovely.
Hold on. I think that's Jenson's bottom. What I do?
Look, Lewis's grip and Jenson's bottom. The McLaren needs to be measured against the best. The £173,000 Ferrari 458 Italia. Serious cars require serious testing, so we'll both drive them. I'll test how much fun you can have. While I'm here to see which can set the fastest possible lap time. We'll start with the benchmark Ferrari's ability to play.
Sounds mega though, look at that.
I've just lit up 570 horsepower. I've lit up the grin on my face.
Wow,
I haven't driven one before. I've only driven this car around 2 corners already. The confidence is unbelievable.
the best thing in the world, isn't this car?
Oh, breakfast.
But now we're going for the big spin onto the runway. Flick it.
Flick it in.
Catch it. Fire it. Hold it. This has been a breakfast drive. The McLaren's got to do so much to beat this for sheer driving ecstasy.
Next, it's my turn in the 458 to see what it's like when you just want to go fast.
Just the most electric experience.
Oh, that looks fun.
This is a flat-out 140 mile an hour corner, and we're sideways. And it's not an effort. Come on, boys, come on, boys. I love this car. I love it. It's my favourite ever car. So far, yeah, so far.
And now, time to see how the McLaren compares. By first testing how much fun it is.
And a very different
哦，瞬间爆盾，妈个逼，还在隧道里面，超危险的。
真的啊，一瞬间啊。
领先。
超扯的啊。 我被别人撞的时候，我还是瞬间爆灯，然后要刹车来不及就撞下去了。
He doesn't look comfy in it.
You're not having so much fun.
Well. What, edgy? Yeah, you look a bit twitchy.
It's nothing like as consistent. I'm going to have to learn to drive this more than I did the Ferrari that was instantly putty in my hands.
Come on, Tim. You're what the kids want. You're on the big tip trick.
Give me a job.
The trouble was, I was trying to make the McLaren do exactly what it's programmed not to do.
太钝了，这刹车感觉好像都没有刹车，扯淡的。
对啊，
你知道我刚刚刹车从我看到车尾灯一直按到路口来停，而且我还打了一个 L 型，太扯了，妈的，
Control turned
对啊，
off, the car reduced
也刹不住
the
了。
torque just when I needed it to
真的啊。
hold the drift. Then, as the rear tires began to grip and I
那边
was
今
starting
天
to
人
slip
好
out the
多，
slide, the car tried to save
而且
itself.
整个就是
Brake
爆
steer,
累的。
all of which combined to create the massive overcorrection that turned us into a high-speed lawnmower.
You're not happy with it, are you? Isn't that
That's what
interesting?
be power slid, basically. It's not stepped up.
The final test was my fast lap where the McLaren was a tenth of a second slower than that Ferrari. And how did it feel? Did you like it?
有人躺地上，有人侧躺在路肩那次，不知道躺刚好都躺在线里面的，超厉害，不知道怎么躺。
哦，
I've got less confidence in it, and
对啊，
I'm not feeling the car as much.
我刚经过的时候就已经连续看到好几
between
个，
me and it.
那怎么躺的？太厉害了！
然后直接侧躺
I don't know when the last
超扯。
car was. Quite some time ago.
但是没有我那个夸张，但我是折甘蔗还直接侧立在路上。
You've probably got to drive it the way McLaren
你说插在地板里面，插在玻璃。
I'm not programmed that way. It stops quicker and better than the Ferrari, but it's very, very nervous on the brakes. It spins around, downshift. No, it
他
won't
们很神奇
downshift when I
躺
want
着就
to.
一直躺在那
The
边
big
不
thing
动。
is, it's
对的
nowhere near as much
有的就这样。
exciting as the Ferrari. I mean, that's just honestly, genuinely disappointing. That was a good day, wasn't it?
It was. What a day. We turned up and fell in love with this black stealth McLaren with its luxurious and refined
有的认为
interior.
没有妨碍
Absolutely.
到
And,
就不
in
动
terms。of a piece of engineering, it is a work of art. The detail, the finish, the fit is second to none. But there's a but, and it's a very, very big but.
The engine isn't as good.
Agreed.
The gearbox isn't as good.
Agreed.
The handling isn't as good.
Very much agreed. You see, on paper, this car is better than the Ferrari. But there's one thing which you don't get on paper, and that's how it makes you feel. The tingle, the special feeling you get inside when you're driving it. And that knocks spots off that.
There can only be one winner.
And it's a clear winner. The Ferrari.
你说的应该就是这个样子，就是他翻躺啊，侧躺，然后车头是朝天空，对不对？然后后柜是躺在路上。
In Ohio, where we're from,
哦，
我现在看到了，就在热单的门口啊，他跑掉了，
there's tricks to making a car
笑
go
死了！
fast.
看超经典，一台，
他是躺在地上，然后车头是
对对对，
立起来
车头是立起来的，超厉害的。
Rolling Thunder. Tuesday night
当然
at
这也
9
很厉害，
on Discovery
我
Turbo.
刚才是整个侧躺，然后车头是就是折甘蔗的躺在，
他好像是卡到中间的那个红绿灯。
哦，对我那时候也是，但我那时候就是被别人对撞了之后，整个弹起来就折成那样。
time for a very special feature on Fifth Gear, with a man who's all our heroes rolled into one.
He's Spider-Man, Superman and Indiana Jones, and according to his new autobiography, he is the world's greatest stuntman. Vic Armstrong is the legendary stunt double and stunt coordinator who's responsible for some of Hollywood's most memorable action films. And today, the man who's made James Bond look so good has decided to work with Fifth Gear.
Okay, stand by. This will be 40 miles an hour, focusing primarily on Vicky.
Vic's going to teach me how to be a stunt driver. But no boring trainee stuff here. Oh no, he reckons he can teach me how to roll a car. So if you talk me through the stunt, how's that going to work?
It's a similar thing I did with Tom Cruise after Mission Impossible 3. And I said, well, let's do a car chase. And I'll let you do a pipe ramp. And he was so excited. But he, he's a great driver himself. But he went through all the training with us. And the training basically for you involves understanding where you're going to hit the ramp. You'll be nervous. Absolutely, of course you will. And afterwards you think, oh, what a silly... Nearly I won. To get nervous, but that's great. The anticlimax is wonderful.
I'm looking forward to that bit, I tell you. I'll be driving this Mondeo, prepared by veteran stunt engineers thick as action. The roll cage and racing harnesses will hopefully minimise the chance of me being harmed while I hit this pipe ramp to initiate the roll.
And 3, 2, 1, action!
Vic made me rehearse in the same way he prepares stunts for his feature films.
So that you're drifting a long way to the right.
It's crucial I hit the ramp accurately and at 25 miles an hour. No more. Too slow and the car won't roll. Too fast and a controlled stunt will become a
但
massive
三个人如果到同一个点是这样，然后他们都到好几次，
Vic's
挡我是
stuntman son Scott
是
here with us
明明
today
可以一次进去，然后就因为挡到，他就搞不清楚到底是
explained it's
现
not
在
just speed that's important, but precision
这
too.
个常有。
If you have too much car over it, it'll act like a ski ramp and it'll just shoot straight up on all four wheels. Or if you catch it too thin, your wheel will go over it or you'll miss it completely. So, okay, so as many of these runs as you need to be 100% happy.
Lovely. So at the minute it all looks reasonably tame.
粗心大意杀
But
回
my
来。
imagination is going...
You're thinking of every possibility.
会不会有
permutations can happen. You've got glass in the windshield, hexane in this, you got your line down.
哎，我的货卸下来还在找，超帅
And
的。
you're on a gum shield, so you don't dip your teeth.
我觉得很奇怪，那如果我离开他还会再走吗？应该不会。
不知道
With our measurements made, the ramp was bolted into the ground so it wouldn't move on
离开之后
impact.
好像就
While it was being
自动
secured,
消失。
Vic directed a short car chase which would lead up to the dramatic stunt.
Welcome back to Fifth Gear, where it's time for one of our favourite parts of the show.
It's the team test, and this time I get to scare him.
Today, the team tested the Mercedes CLS 350 CDI. Sport. This revamped version of the Big Merc cost £53,000 and promises all the fun of a coupe with all the space of a saloon. Car looks great, really aggressive stance, nice new front. Handsome looking brute though, isn't it?
It is. I think it looks great, slightly more masculine than the last car.
In my favourite colour today.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I actually think the colour's the worst part.
90-day white, that's called.
Why is it 90-day white then?
Because it'll be nice for 90 days and then it'll look a mess.
I love the old CLS and I love the new one even more. It's a classy car.
Look, I mean, I bet you didn't expect one of these in Mercedes. That is impressive.
What actually is it?
I shall demonstrate. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. The others didn't seem too impressed with my little hooks for the carrier bags, which I thought were very useful in the boot.
Are you telling me that one of the main reasons you buy a four-seater, four-door coupe is so that you can hang bananas in the boot?
I think that they could have made something much more special out of the dash itself. These styles of switches are across every single Mercedes phone. There is nothing in here that makes me think, oh yes, CLS.
And it has got the sort of crap middle-aged man's wristwatch clock.
There are elements of the interior quality that are a bit disappointing. I don't like that.
But I don't tend to hit roller shutters.
It's very well thought out, it's designed well. I like the colour, I like brown leather.
As a man wearing a pillow and a awful shirt, I think fashion and design is probably not your forte today, Mr. Plato.
As a nice, desirable, comfortable car that feels right. I love it.
Right, come on, shall we go and kick his arse then?
I was quite surprised how good it was. I mean, my dad's got the older version, and that is a little bit of a bus. And this was a big step forward.
It's got 25% more torque than the equivalent Audi A7.
Sitting in the back with Jason hurling it left and right, it did feel like there was a bit of excessive body roll. No, look at that roll, look! Again, I'll be active.
We were driving it harder than any CLS owner is ever going to drive that car. And I think it handled brilliantly.
It's quite sprightly, isn't it?
I can't believe I thought we weren't going to make that then.
Oh, what's this here?
Oh, here's the air time.
He flew well.
I'm ahead.
This is handy. You know, this is not Jigs of Hazzard, is it? Let's be fair. That was lunacy.
I have never been so high over that jump before.
It was wicked.
While its main rival, the Audi A7, does have a nicer interior, the Merc looks sexier, uses less
有
fuel,
到一个
and is more fun to
波兰
drive.
WAZT 最东方的那个
Mercedes
城市，
CLS 350 CDI Sport
鹿特丹出发。
gets 8.5.
Well done, Merc. You've done a good job revamping the CLS, which is what I've given it in mind.
CLS scores a fantastic 9.
I'm going to give Mercedes CLS a score of...
他那个人数啊，就是
That's 8 in English.
他那个人数网页是会不停更新吗？还是说我如果开着它就开一次开的时候那个数字而已？
那个 MP 的那个人数它会固定时间更新。
哦，所以我网页开着它也会跟着动。
对，它大概几秒钟会更新一次线上人数。
Okay.
Basically, we're doing anthropology out of a truck.
Blue collar scholars on the hunt for the truth.
It really just blows us away.
Artifact or fiction. Monday nights at 9 on Discovery Turbo. The garden. Peace, quiet and tranquility. Rick Savage is coming to dig up your backyard.
Let's get some holes dug.
Will he find treasure?
Absolutely unbelievable. This is a grand in my hand. $4,500.
American Digger, Monday nights at 10 on Discovery Turbo. Calling all aspiring filmmakers from Singapore. To mark the nation's 50th anniversary, Discovery Channel is looking for 5 compelling stories on what makes Singapore tick. Be part of First Time Filmmakers Singapore. Log on to ftfm.sg. Deep in the American South, it's all about rich pickings.
This is good stuff. That's pretty dang neat. I am the best, but I don't want to brag.
That's the deal.
Picking on each other.
Don't want to pee on your parade.
Well, you already have just showing up.
While picking for profit.
Can we close this deal?
For trash that you can't help but treasure.
You can make a good living by bartering.
You got it right there.
Dukes of Haggle, Monday nights at 10:30 on Discovery Turbo.
It's time for Vicky to play Bond Girl.
It's a bit of a dangerous stunt for our Vics, so fingers crossed.
Here we go, roll cameras.
Legendary Hollywood stunt coordinator Vic Armstrong has joined the Fifth Gear team
3, 2, 1, action.
to show us how he shoots an action sequence.
Very good, very good, very good. Cut.
But before I attempt to roll a car, we need to film the car chase.
And go, Vicky, go, 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 go.
Meticulously filmed, one shot at a time.
Some good action there, then opposite lock this way, which will be quite cool.
It will later be edited together as one flowing sequence. I was chasing his stuntman Tom Scott, who kindly demonstrated why cameras are often left unmanned.
德利，其实你实况可以参考我的做法，帮你的那个视服人数。
可是我觉得放那个会占到我的版面，因为我版面已经塞不下来了。
哦，真的。
版面塞爆了，再塞一个看不到的东西。
对，因为我版面很
panicking about this stunt. In my mind, I was going through all the worst case scenarios: glass smashing, somersaulting, petrol cans exploding, fire everywhere.
You can never afford to get complacent and relax around them, because that's, as soon as you do, that's when something unforeseen will come up.
Yeah.
Thumbs on the outside.
Yeah.
And smile.
是不是很多人都登出了，变那么顺？
知道了。可以看一下人数有多少。其实照理来说，这时间点应该是人数渐渐增加的。
Thumbs up, we're all happy. So, Vicky, how was that? Good? What do you think, we should shoot it? That was great, my dear, well done.
Oh, God! Okay, Jim, how are we doing in there? Okay, yeah, we're all right, pain-wise. Okay, the neurological symptoms are okay, we can get out of the 52 seconds if we start to work on
看电视看到我在隧道里面自己撞墙。
That's it. Remember, you've got your hands device on still.
我在看我电视，然后看到自己在隧道撞墙。骑上去那个边坡，然后撞墙。我一开始以为妈的又谁在顶我屁股，我靠北自己撞了。人家 Discovery Turbo 在演那个就是特技，不是特技是应该说是特技吧，算特技一种。开那个轿车，然后美国很多那种开轿车，然后都是摔车的那种。然后男生穿那个防身衣，然后安全帽。哦，突然变钝哦，没有。
你是去哪？什么？有人被踢掉那个？
你在阿姆斯特丹
是？啊，你在阿姆斯特丹？
对，不会很钝诶，经过了一下不会很钝，只是
对啊，是不会
出隧道的瞬间会突然蹦一下，突然卡一下，
都会。跟你碰，靠腰按喇叭也会被踢掉，还下一次就 ban。
为什么？可能是那个在维修站一直叫的那些人啊。 刚一切画面切回来，欧卡妈超吵的，因为维修站有一堆人在那边叫。
对，
可能是因为这样的体验。可是很奇怪，他怎么知道是谁在叫？对，是够厉害的。
Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Good to meet you too. Today, Tanner Faust became drifting champion, and one of his sponsors is what we call the modern day hot rod, where we take a 1969 GTO body and transplant it into a 2006 Pontiac GTO, where the guts and the undercarriage and everything is brand new. The body is the old school body. So you get the feel of an old school car, but the luxury of a brand new one. Well, I went with this, just so you know, because the 69 GTO Judge has this strap. It's a little bit thinner, but it still keeps it the original feel. You know, we're bringing a new school to the old school, and that's what this is. The new GTO is 400 plus horsepower and basically Corvette drivetrain, independent suspension like it's a
有人呢在干这站的外线，然后一样是停在那不动。是的，好像 ID 前面还打什么 World of Tank，World of Truck， 结果他车牌也没改，然后在那边。
差一点就撞上去了，一台车那个不知道是堵挡吗还是上线，在高速公路上，差一点就撞上去。
Tanner's gonna love this. This is how we treat your car that we're building for you. Just ram it with the forklift. Just a mirror. You hurt my stomach.
你下次可以试试看，就是全部计划好，就是他在道路的，就是在一段的前段跟尾段全部同时排好队，然后下线，然后突然上线，然后再一个人用自由摄影机在那边录，看会发生什么事情，然后那被夹在中间，有吓死！哇，前后都是那个车队，然后都拖一样的货柜。我以为是外挂出现，外挂车队出现。
I paid my dues. This is the life I want. One round at a time.
Each train will pick their top fighter.
不过这个其实还好，可能是因为它不是官方的，不是官方授权。就是说它不像那个马站那种是伺服器啊，没有上锁，还是没有开防作弊的那个插件，它会进去把你进去用电脑啊，被弄指令丢核弹干嘛，把整个地图都炸掉啊，还是怎样？还是放那个迫击炮轰，再轰那个自己基地？还好没有这种外挂，他这个没那么扯。如果真的有的话，就是外挂进来就把所有人的卡车都100%那边去，然后再看到所有人在路上都停掉，大家都电动行驶。
Two great cars going to Scottsdale. We've got a 1964 Ferrari Lusso, and we also have a 57 Gullwing Mercedes 300 SL.
The Gullwing is one of the most iconic sports cars of any era.
Lot number 49 is the 1963 Ferrari 250 GT Lusso.
A little nervous.
We're down to 2 bidders now. I sell this car at $800,000 all up.
I'm Wayne Carini, and I chase cars. I find them, I buy them, and I sell them. It's all about the chase. 13.9 million.
We've got 2 great cars going to Scottsdale to be auctioned. We've got a 1964 Ferrari Lusso that we've just done a fresh restoration on. And we also have a 57 Gullwing Mercedes 300 SL. This is a 1964 Ferrari 250 GTL. The L stands for Lusso, which is luxury in Italian.
我现在在这个东向道路玩东向车道，这每次都有自己，你直接看到我自己。然后那个西向他妈来一堆车，我都一起抽人了。
我之前也常干这事。
When you're restoring a car such as this 1964 Lusso, it takes quite a while and a lot of people that are involved with the process.
危险那个靠腰这样也被踢。
It basically has to be torn down. Every nut and bolt taken off the car, every component taken out of the car. Engine has to be rebuilt. All the mechanicals have to be gone through and rebuilt and restored. It's quite a process. It takes quite a while. On certain cars, color is a real important factor, especially the original color. This car was Bordeaux with a black interior, and even though that's a beautiful color, I think that because of the lines on Ferrari 250 GTL, it doesn't show as well as a silver or a gray. So we put the combination of the gray paint, and it shows the beautiful lines, and then we went with a tobacco interior. And I think that the color combination is very stunning on the car. It works really well. A beautiful soft gray like this really makes the car stand out. We've sent it out for a Ferrari Classique certification. That certification verifies that the car has all the correct components as it left the factory. The engine numbers match, the transmission number, the rear end, as well as all the trim. The carpeting has to be correct, the headliner has to be correct. So it basically gives the new buyer or the present owner confidence that this car is totally original and is a great investment. The gentleman that we're restoring the car for decided to trade it in, and he's got something else, so we are bringing the car to auction. This 250 GTL is going out to Scottsdale, Arizona to be auctioned at the Gooding & Company auction. We're hoping to get between $800,000 and $900,000. It could hit $1 million. The last one that sold at auction sold for $839,000 approximately. So being a fresh restoration with a factory certification, this should do very well. It's a 1957 300 SL Gullwing Mercedes, one of the most fantastic cars ever built. It's a cornerstone to most big collections. And this is one of the last Gullwings produced. 1957 was the last year. This is number 33 out of 76 cars that were built that year. And therefore, because of that, it makes it pretty important. The restoration was in 2006 by Andrew Bach. Andrew totally stripped the car to bare metal, did a complete restoration of the car, and then during the restoration process, he added certain things like fitted luggage to the back that wasn't with the car originally. And then he sourced out a full set of Rudge wheels, and these are factory Rudge wheels. Even though they didn't come with the car, they still make a huge difference in the looks of the car as well as the value. And then the really unusual thing about this car is it comes with a travel kit, tool kit. And that was consisted of spare parts, such as a clutch, valves, valve springs, all sorts of seals, so that if you broke down somewhere where there wasn't any parts available for one of these cars, you'd have enough parts to actually fix the car right on the side of the road. The toolkit is supposedly worth $30,000 to $40,000 alone. So that raises the price of this car drastically. The Gullwing was so far ahead of its time in the way that it was built with its suspension and huge engine. It was built to be a race car. Very successful at Le Mans, the Mille Mille. John Fitch drove one of these to many victories. Mercedes had designed a car that had beat everybody. So it's a great race car that they developed for racing purposes and then brought it to the public use on the street. So it's fast. When somebody puts Gullwing in their collection, they're buying a piece of automotive history, race history, as well as beauty, and it's the cornerstone of any great collection. Everyone should have a Gullwing. I love coming to Scottsdale every year. It's such a great break from the Connecticut winters. But I'm here to work. I'm here to get a job done. Well, it's time to see where they place the Gullwing.
妈的，我用那个摄影视角了，然后整台车弹起来，就是整台车悬空，弹起来悬空，然后掉地上。
不是，
日本没有翻，然后哇，那个画面太经典了，是有这样。
我知道，
就是撞到忽然折了一下，瞬间折了一下，然后来这个弹起来，飞起来，然后掉下来。GG，
你要录下吗？
有，这几个戏，钱得了。
多一点就还有。
Gullwing is one of the most iconic sports cars of any era. We actually have two Gullwings in the set. One of the alloy-bodied Gullwing, which I'll show you in a minute, and then this car. What makes this Gullwing so special is the restoration on it is absolutely spectacular. One of the finest I've ever seen. The color combination, it has Rudge wheels, which they use just on the race cars. It would be special ordered for some of the road cars. Optional luggage for touring if you go on a weekend away. One thing about a Gullwing is
Oh, what's my bump darts I see? Does he want me the dartboard or the darts?
right on. And optional was, of course, the luggage like the other car, but this plaid interior. The factory racing cars from Mercedes-Benz raced with plaid interiors, so it harkens back to the great 300 SLRs that ran in the Mille Miglia, that ran at Le Mans. Absolutely stunning car. It's expected that this car will make $2.5 to $3 million, and we have a lot of interest. It could even exceed that estimate.
Here's the alloy body Mercedes. It's beautiful, very, very rare car. I love the interior. It's got luggage, Rudge wheels, same thing as we have, but it's probably about $1.5 million more expensive. So I think it was off about 5 cars before the 300 SL that I brought. Hopefully it's going to bring between $2.5 and $3 million. And we hope that momentum will continue when the blue Mercedes goes across the block. Best case scenario, it does $1 million plus, but worst case scenario is it sells and it sells for $825 to somewhere at $850. But we hope it sells for a lot of money.
Did this trumpet belong to Louis Armstrong?
I'm hoping to find out that the whole story that I've been told my whole life is true.
Was this gun the weapon of a notorious outlaw?
I got the news that I was praying for.
Think you're holding onto a piece of history? Call Kirk and Jason.
Basically, we're doing anthropology out of a truck.
Blue-collar scholars on the hunt for the truth.
It really just blows us away.
Artifact or fiction. Monday nights at 9 on Discovery Turbo. The garden. Peace, quiet, and tranquility. Rick Savage is coming to dig up your backyard.
Get some holes dug.
Will he find treasure?
Absolutely unbelievable. This is a grand in my hand.
Will it be boom?
$4,500.
I'm not happy.
Or bust?
Take it or leave it.
American Digger. Monday nights at 10 on Discovery Turbo.
Another eighth of an inch.
Fast and Loud, Tuesday nights at 8 on Discovery Turbo.
What we have here is a 1963 Ferrari 250 GT Lusso. We estimate $750,000 to $900,000.
Hello.
A lot of interest in Lusso.
新的地图你跑过？
Great looking and make a
我跑过
wonderful sound.
AMG，然后一个应该是匈牙利，是 H 开顶对吧？还有
GRA 你跑过？右下角那一个？
右下角没有，我只跑过 TSL
没有跑
12，然后就那个 H。
对哦，所以右下角你没跑。
Lusos are very popular right now. Any 250 shoulder base car is very popular.
然后我都跑过。
哦，右下角那一个，我现在跑出来了，我连一台车都没有。
Looks good.
一台车都没有就会累。
Hopefully that does well too. It's been a long
觉得蛮
project,
扯。
so hopefully the payoff is it'll bring a lot of money to auction. Good afternoon, or good morning rather. It's not even afternoon yet. Welcome to the 5th annual Scottsdale auction of Gooding & Company. It's auction day for the Gullwing and the Lusso, but first up is the alloy body Mercedes. I can't wait to see what that brings. It's been about 5 years since an alloy body Gullwing has sold at auction. With less than 30 made, this is creating quite a buzz. If this Gullwing does really well, I hope it carries over to my blue Gullwing. Here it is. Lot number 27, one of the stars of today's sale. It's the cover lot. It's the 55 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL alloy Gullwing, one of just 29 aluminum body Gullwings, complete with Rudge wheels, belly pans, and luggage. They rarely come on the open market. I cannot remember the last time that one has come up at auction. Extremely important and significant alloy Gullwing, lot number 27.
我后面有追兵赶来，
真的、哦，
因为他刚一个灰色两台车，然后很奇有一个人停在路中间，然后他好像跟他并排，故意要挡，故意要堵我，然后我跟超他第二台车，第一台车好像故意趁着机会来堵我，然后我就从两个中间插缝钻过去，然后我用后过去扫他的头。然后我看他一开始以为他扫到头他没这样，结果我货柜过了他的头以后，他竟然整台车偏到中间去。 他就磨松口，就是因为我就用标了，然后他用标就跟着我，可现在还跟着我，
是
哦，跟超近的。
但是现在限速90啊，
对啊，所以没必要，永远都追不到。
你是用方向盘吗？
不是啊，
不是哦，不然你可以用那个破解吧，直接3、2下就甩掉。
他在超后面，开超慢。
$4.2 million all up. So, your car, sir. Congratulations. Car number 306. A new world record for a 300 SL and an alloy going, well deserved. A great car going to a great.
It sold for $4.2 million. That's 4.6 with the buyer's premium. I'm just so thrilled because the Blue Gullwing's right after it, and it's only got to help the sale of the Blue Gullwing. We're hoping that the blue one does over $1 million now. There's several people I've heard that are here to buy the car. All you need is 2 or 3 people bidding.
他们说那个打方向灯是双闪灯，是谢谢的意思。我之前好像都是搞人家，然后按双闪灯。
就是。
Give it a kiss. He's the hot rod king of Southern California.
反正都一样。
His family business has a few bumps in the road.
Luigi's my boss. He's a huge pain. I love him. He's fun to laugh. There's a struggle between fathers and sons. That's my boy.
其实不一定啊，双闪灯有时候要看他打的次数。如果双闪灯是一直持续着的话，通常是没有任何好，就是可能有突发状况或是其他的。
走错路有限，影响。你那个其实不用，我们没有方向盘可以啊，熄火就好了。
熄火可以吗？
对啊。
你们熄火可以？
刚我试过，下坡的时候一样可以超过90，只是没办法到100而已。
对啊，但是它到平面的话就无法固定了。
对啊，
它就不会定速。这一个是到平面的话就可以定速。
定速它会照速度跑吗？
会一直照着那速度跑。前提是它要打进倒车道，然后在速度达到最高点的时候放掉离合器。所以光是熄火是没用。
The trash that you can't help but treasure.
You can make a good living by bartering.
You got it right here. Dukes of Haggle, Monday nights at 10:30.
因为熄火就只是一个空档。
The alloy body going, knocking it out of the park at $4.2 million. I hope this carries over to my Blue Gullwing.
A little nervous. A little nervous. All right. Bring on lot 46. It's the 57 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing. Please note that the belly pans and original toolkit and manuals accompany the sale of this vehicle. It comes with a special touring toolkit, a very rare and desirable option.
No phone bidders.
restoration color combination, Lot 46, the gorgeous 300 SL Gullwing.
Where would you like to start me, ladies and gentlemen? 500,000. Thank you. 500,950 I'll take. Straight in at 500,000. 50. 550 in front of me also. 600 would you like? At 550. 600 now. 600,000 in. 600, 620. 620. 640. 640. 660. 660 now. At 640. 660 in the middle. 660. 680. You're out at 660 now. Right in the middle at 660. And 680 may we say.
There didn't seem to be very much action in the room, not too many players. There was bidding from 3 people on the car. It slowly moved up.
720 the bids against you, sir. I'll take 730. 730, 740 now. Now 740, sir. I don't mind taking another 10 from you, sir. I've got now 740 on the left, thank you. At 740 in the front row, 740, 750. 750. At 750,000 the bid is against you. 760, 760. 770 now, sir. 770. 780 now, sir. 780 if you'd like to bid me. At 770,000. 780. 790 now, sir. The bid's at 790. 800 now? No. For the first time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm selling the car at 790,000. For the second time, at $790,000. For the third and the last time, at $790,000. It's all finished at 790,000. All done. Sold your car, sir. Thank you so much.
Out of 315 at $790,000. Sold to you. Thank you very much.
It was hammer sold at 790, but before the auction began, I met with David Gooding, and we came to a compromise that as long as I was able to get my reserve price, he could sell the car for a lesser amount at the hammer. He hammered it sold at 790. I'm still receiving my reserve price that I had signed a document with. Everyone's happy. It was a compromise.
With the Gullwing sold, it's time for the Lusso. Lot number 49, it's the 1963 Ferrari 250 GT Lusso.
The Lusso really looked beautiful on stage.
Absolutely certified and known and documented by the Ferrari factory. Lot 49, great 250 GT Lusso, one of the prettiest of all the 250 Ferraris.
Put me in 500,000. Put me in, thank you, 500,000. Straight in at 500,000, 550 now. 550 halfway down the street. 550. 575. Thank you. 575. 600. I've taken 575. 600. 625. No. At 600. 600 then and 625. At 600. 625. At 600. 625 may we say. 625. 650 now. At 625. 650 now on the left. No. What a gorgeous car. 650. Thank you. 650.
They started off at $500,000 and it really wasn't getting that many bids.
At 650. 675.
Finally, we got a phone bidder to be involved, and now there was 3 people, 2 in the room and 1 on the phone.
725, I see you. Thank you so much. 725. 750 now, would you like, sir? At 700, 750, thank you, Jacob. 750, join in, 750 on the right. 775 would you like, sir, now? I have the telephone bid at $750,000. 75 would you like, sir? 775, I'm bid. 800 now. Would you like to come back on the left at 800? 800, I'm bid in the front row. 800. 825, would you like now? You're out, sir. Thank you so much for your bidding. 800 in the front row. We're down to 2 bidders now. At 800, the bid is against you on the telephone. 800 for the first time. $800,000 for the second time. $800,000 for the third, and the positively last time I sell this car at $800,000 all done. So, congratulations, sir. Your car.
It sold for $800,000 at the hammer. I'm thrilled. That's $880,000 with the commission, which is above the last one that sold at auction. So I'm happy with that. You know, the big surprise was Russo outbid the Going.
他慢下来，我就跟他慢下来，他快我就跟他快。
But that's the car business, you
哦，
know.
跟我同一条路。
You can't figure it all out. It's something when you come to an auction and sort of play the whole thing out in your mind as to how the sale is going to go and how much money you're going to end up with at the end of the day. In the grand scheme of things, going home with $1.7 million and having that much sale in automobiles today was really a thrill. It's a good day. It's been a great weekend. Time to put the money in the bank, turn around and buy some more cars and do it all over again. That's what I love about my job, you know. It's really all about the chase. The selling part is a lot of fun, but finding them is a lot better.
还有火车在这里。
然后这样其实可以设计一个说，类似《地风云》那种，有那个罐头鱼，然后是快速鱼，就是不用打字，直接按你的这个玩家 ID 就会发出讯息。哦，那种，对吧？其实如果的话做这个的话，应该会很方便。所以有些常用就超车事故啊，还是什么他要倒车啊，还是什么他要转弯，还是什么他引擎挂掉了，这种都蛮重要。对，但是你真的可以考虑。我要去鹿特丹接那个港巡工队，多会看。还有那个
This is the life I want. One round at a time. Each trainer will pick their top fighter. Most of them come from broken homes. Leave it in there. You black everything up. This is my last chance to do something great with my lady.
Bangladeshi band leader Lipu has just one aim in life.
I must grow to that level to understand that rhythm.
Supported by lead vocals mechanic Bernie Feynman and a motley crew on backing.
What the brains behind all this?
With their Cars for Stars business enterprise, they've managed to secure a commission from meticulous musician Jules Holland.
I know about a client like him.
Who has a very specific request.
哦，鹿特丹，连他妈的市区内都交通大
With the
乱。
car nowhere near ready, there's a mountain of work to be climbed. So the team can present the car at the Science Museum for Jules to drive to his opening night at the Royal Albert Hall. Bernie and Lipu are 4 weeks into the complex build of a replica of the Jet 1. This one-off 1952 record-breaking car was a true icon of British automotive ingenuity. The Chop Shop team's making its version out of a hodgepodge of British bangers.
No car that we've ever done can ever compare with this. It's like going from Gator Strait in about 4 hours.
Fairly quickly into the build,
wow, look at that!
Lipu had impressed Jules with the beginnings of a faithful depiction of his dream car.
And you've got a special number for this man.
I want to present him the finished car with all the perfect lines, and then I want to get the final judgment from him.
And Bernie arranged a visit to meet the designer of this iconic car, Spen King.
The Spen King.
Unfortunately, the father of the Jet 1 had big concerns about Lipu's design strategy.
That shape is going to give you lots of rear-end lift. In my opinion, it would be a dangerous turn.
Humiliation for Bernie and Lipu in front of their star client, Jules.
I think I just made myself 4 times as much work as I should have.
Their task is now clear. Make the car fast, safe and authentic in time for the reveal at the Science Museum.
We've been off more we can chew. Only time's gonna tell.
But forget the reveal. As yet, the team doesn't even have a test drive under their belts. Building the car from the ground up, Julian's work continues on the chassis.
There's a few mil ready.
He's putting the modern Jaguar running gear into the ancient Rover chassis. It's crucial that the measurements between the 2 axles on both sides are exactly the same.
Come this way, an inch. If you get any of these measurements wrong, then the car's not going to drive straight. It's going to wear tyres. It's going to be a car, isn't it, basically?
Unfortunately, Julian's measuring system is hardly F1.
That's the new system we've got right now. Reprinted.
Use your eye, use your experience. I know he can do it. So, Julian, as they say, mate, get on with it. Good. Go on out.
Joking aside, the boys get back to their primary objective and find that the V-mounts which hold the body to the knackered old chassis are broken.
哎呦，不会吧？应该不会塞到，
To mount the body directly onto the Jag's running gear, but there's some confusion amongst the ranks about how to do this.
The only thing that belt is folded up with
the car up, it just...
No. These are broken off, that's why. These V-mounts, if you have a look at the new ones, got a pin. Right, I'll show you. That's what I'm saying. They don't just sit on it.
No.
So modern. Then you should know that goes out the side of the chassis.
Yeah, that one on it.
Because it's still in the chassis and broken off. That has ripped out the rubber. That's how they should be.
哎呦，撞了，
I've never seen one of these in my life, right? And that one was broken, as far as I understand. That's how they looked. But this is a new one, so now we're...
You want to
You drivers watch them wives. You guys don't take care of your finances. You take good care of them CDLs. Pay attention to what's going on with them. Because I damn sure do. You see where I'm at. Yeah, I hope so. You got that radio?
What's the CDL?
Sitting there wishing you was dead. Come on out and get out of your way, trust me. No, driver, what is it with the gay shit? Come on. Jesus Christ, if you want a man, go find you one. If not, shut the hell up. Hill was 46,000 pounds, just going uphill to take a little struggle. I had some good momentum build up, but now, I don't know, that export there,
things, but it is a lower resolution than the iPad's Retina display, or indeed the Asus, and I think you might find that a bit of a problem if you're seriously using it for art. Immediately, that doesn't look quite so good to me. The Asus has a wider choice of apps via the Play Store and the highest resolution display of all our tablets. What do you think of the quality of colours?
Yeah, I think on the Asus is much more vibrant.
I'm not certain, though it's quite so sensitive to the touches. It might be quite off-putting if you do several hours.
在这时间点应该是人群爆多的时候，来看看2715位玩家。还好没怎么塞。
And as ever, I shall be testing as many gadgets as I can get my hands on. From beds and pipes, cutting-edge technology is getting better every day. Miles to the gallon, shaping our world in ways you didn't expect. Using tiny flying robots to do it. You've got to see it. Touch the future. How tech works. Tuesday nights at 7:30 on Discovery Science.
Could humans become gods? Is poverty genetic? And could there be a zombie apocalypse? If you're as intrigued by these questions as we are, join us for an all-new season of Through the Wormhole and ask yourself, what's the biggest question of all?
Through the Wormhole with Morgan Freeman. A new season starts Friday 19th of September on Discovery Science. Has the greatest range of apps to try, many of which are optimized for use on that 9.7-inch screen.
I like the Retina display, I like the naturalness of the colours, the detail, and the screen is very touch sensitive, it's excellent. If only I were an artist.
So, the iPad just edged it in my display test. John, please don't get up.
Yes, right.
Time for my final test of the day in science class. This provides a great opportunity to compare each tablet's camera capabilities, as the students were engrossed in a colourful experiment to extract DNA from fruit.
The camera's on quite interesting features. It's got a sophisticated panorama mode. It's got a 3.5 megapixel forward-facing camera, which is good for Skype selfies, that sort of thing. And it's also got a rewind feature. When you take a still, it also looks at stills recorded before and after. So if you think of somebody's expression, you can find, hopefully, the one you want. Both front and rear cameras also shoot 1080p video. So an impressive package all in. How did the Asus compare? The Asus has a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera, 1.2 megapixel front-facing one, and a few sort of intriguing features I'm keen to try.
The rear camera allows you to shoot HD video and take stills simultaneously.
Smile. Excellent.
And there's a turbo burst mode for those who fear missing the crucial moment.
There's 100 shots. You can choose the best. That's the one I want, definitely.
The iPad Air also has a burst mode.
Most action-packed shot of a strawberry mixture I've ever taken. It's excellent. Good.
general, though, its camera spec hasn't really changed much from its predecessor. 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera, 5 megapixel rear. And again, the theme is simplicity rather than lots and lots of settings you can change. Marvellous. Excellent. Thank you so much. Both stills and video came out pretty well on the iPad, but overall I think the Surface 2 just about edges it when it comes to camera quality. Before I was done for the day, I had a chance to ask these tech-loving students which tablet they like the look of best. So these are the 3 tablets up for your voting consideration. I'd like you to vote for your favourites using your tablets. And though the Surface 2 had turned a few heads, it was soon an outright favourite. So the clear winner with over half the votes is the iPad Air.
瞧下这边的 style， 里面不知道是怎样。 他那个管理员的那个档口监视器好像也还好，但是就前面都不走啊。
But limited apps and that Windows RT operating system just let it down. It's also 3Gs for the Asus Transformer Pad. It has a great screen and a useful keyboard, but it's not as intuitive a tablet experience as I'd hoped. And it's 5Gs for the iPad Air. Noticeably lighter and sleeker, it did everything well. And to my mind, the iPad is still top of the class when it comes to full-size tablets. Well, what a fascinating day. It's intriguing to see how well tablets can be incorporated into every aspect of the school day. That still shows how versatile they are. Anyway, before I go, I'm going to see if they still have a computer club.
Now, we've already discovered this year that pets and gadgets don't always mix all that well.
No, Jim the cat wasn't there with his aversion to our GPS collar. Jim, what are you doing, mate? Don't go down there. Don't do it.
Oh, and he trusts you. Then you remember those technical hitches when we tried to turn a bunch of dogs into a gadget piano? That didn't work too well. Oh, sorry, darling.
He's doing a poo. I recognise that from my toddler. But those were just unfortunate hooks. Well, we're convinced that out there is a little pet gadget tester and even allergy-inducing fur.
To prove it, we've come up with our own little gadget that should allow us to talk to the animals. Well, not all the animals, but hopefully talk to the dog.
Yeah, you've got to get your species right if you're talking to animals. Get ready for the Dog Whisperer collar. Let's go.
What we are going to do is take an old mobile phone that might be lying around taking up space in your drawer, take a mini speaker, rip out their innards, put them on a dog collar that allows you to phone your dog. What could be better? Brilliant. We'll be transforming an X-Mini into speaker so our doggy friends can hear our voices.
And harvesting key components from a Vodafone 540.
You know, it's estimated in the UK there's almost £7 billion worth of unused phones lying around in drawers.
Just in the UK?
Just in the UK. £7 billion.
That's incredible. And I suppose, actually, come to think of it, I've got about 4 or 5 in my kitchen drawer.
So recycling old mobiles is a good thing. And to make our command collar, the first thing we needed to do was strip away all the unwanted elements from the phone circuitry.
This is the brains of the phone. Now, for this build, we don't need the screen, so we can literally use some clippers and clip it off. So what I'm doing here is getting rid of basically the plug that connects the screen to the rest of the phone. So that's just a cable and a plug, essentially. And I've pulled the plug out, and I can now get my snippers.
While Jason's getting the innards out of the phone, I'm going to do a similar job on the mini speaker. I've got just a few screws to undo to get it working out, so we can discard the plastic.
Whilst the speaker was being broken down, I had to ensure the microprocessor, keyboard and power supply of my phone still actually worked.
Hey, 我看到有一个写 TWO。
I'm so chuffed because if we've made a mistake there, we have to go rummaging around in your drawers.
I'm not allowed near my drawers, Bradbury. With everything stripped back, we now have the basic circuitry in place to make it cool and have it amplified by a speaker. But there was one more thing we needed to do.
What we've got is a hands-free kit here, and it gives us a connector to our phone.
And the reason we're using a hands-free kit is so that when the phone rings, after a couple of rings, it'll automatically answer it, because obviously your dog doesn't have fingers, so it can't answer a phone. That would be a problem.
No, and it's an oddity of hands-free kits that they are able to answer after a couple of calls. So the phone will be answered, and the will go straight to the phone's speaker, unless hands-free kit's plugged in. So let's imagine that's the hands-free kit plugged in. Our voice is now coming out of these headphones. With a little bit of jigging paper, we can make it come out of Rachel's speaker instead. So it's going to snip off the wires to the hands-free kit. Yeah, it's not stylish, is it? Here's Rachel's speaker, and this is the jack plug that supplies the speaker with sound.
So easy. So easy. 烤到睡不着。
你？
没有，我在跟瘦子讲。他在手机上。
Like for like to the hands-free connector, and then we can simply plug it into the phone, and sound will immediately come out of your X Mini. That is actually quite straightforward, isn't it?
Imagine living a life
in which you can't even trust your own eyes. We have to be open to all sorts of crazy and bizarre phenomena. And as ever, I should be testing as I can get my hands on.
烤肉店用烧烤的。 我连烤肉都没烤。
They conjure faces that are mind-boggling. Creating headlines, beating deadlines, turning impossible dreams into groundbreaking reality.
I feel great. We did it.
Break the ice with wizards of engineering.
We're still paying. We're still.
Beat the mavericks with the Midas touch.
第一次看到会动的动画，是有人在夹，有那个挖土机在夹木头。从我第一次看到。
First-time filmmakers Singapore. Log on to ftfm.sg.
What we see, how we behave, the way we feel, conditions of the human psyche that make us who we are. Until the cracks start to show, and lives start to unravel.
I can't control my left neck. It just undoes everything I do. He couldn't distinguish what was real from what was hallucination.
A new series premieres Saturday the 20th of September on Discovery Science.
In terms of attaching this to a dog on a collar, you know, you could put it in some soft fabric and bind some tape around it, but this is the Gadget Show. We like to do things properly, and this is what we've come up with care of the Gadget Show's 3D printer. The case was made from bioplastic and created using the MakerBot Replicator 3D printer.
Okay, Jace, you might as well piece that all together now, put all the bits in the right holes, and I will 3D print the lid. Okay, Jace, while that's printing, I'm going to leave you to finish up, put all that in place, bring the lid with you, and I'm going to go see a man about a dog.
Cool.
Actually, well, there's a girl about a dog, and there's a bloke with a few dogs, and there's another woman with a
just go.
Dog. Yeah. Okay, work it out myself.
At a local park, Rachel and I met a group of dog owners who were willing to let us test our command collar on their pooches.
The pet liked a treat, but our first attempt at some canine calling over the dog and bone didn't go well at all.
Sit.
Ozzy, sit!
Sit.
Lie down.
Sit.
Aussie, mark your territory.
Don't say that.
No, snip the camera.
Leave the camera.
Link the cameraman.
Lie down.
Sit.
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 Sit. Sit.
Sit.
Rachel, stay. Sorry, Boo, stay.
The lack of any real response to our commands could have been due to a lack of familiarity with our voices.
So next we decided to test our command collar on a highly trained and disciplined police dog called Stig.
Oh, he's answered.
And for this we needed the help of his handler.
Stig. Sit. Yes! Oh, it's so interesting. It's so interesting because you can just see him recognising the command and thinking, but Pete's not looking at me. Yes! Yes, it works! That was really good, wasn't it? Yeah! Well, what do you think?
Well, it was interesting for us, really, because we use intonation in our voice quite a bit, which can, I suppose, not be relayed so much over the phone. That is quite important to us with that. But I dare say with practice, you know, there is a possibility that it could well work.
So, a tentative thumbs up from the police?
Tentative thumbs up.
Excellent. Excellent.
After that somewhat cautious endorsement, we decided to give our command collar one last test.
Okay, we're here with Murphy, who is a very well-trained, calm dog, who we've been told should do as he's told. Let's first of all check in scientific conditions if he responds to my commands. Murphy, lie down. Lie down.
Oh, good boy.
Yay! So he's very well trained, as you can see. So now we get to test our collar. Are you ready?
Okay, so I go off so he can't hear?
Yeah. I'm not running off. Stay there, bud.
Murphy, come! Yeah!
Come on, Murphy, how you doing?
Good boy!
Good boy!
How's it going?
Such a good boy!
What a result! Murphy had responded brilliantly to our commands.
Good boy! Yeah, Murphy! How's it going?
That's great! That's just brilliant!
Oh, he says he wants to speak to you.
Yeah, hi Murphy, I'm really sorry about all these stupid commands and stuff. Come on, don't get cappuccino. Murphy cappuccino, roger that.
At last, we'd created a pet gadget that works, is good fun to use, and has been successfully tested by the animals themselves. You know, Jace, I've got to say, 2013 had to be the best year ever for gamers.
You're not kidding. I've been a gamer since the age of about 9, so that's 35 years, and I've never seen a year like this. In fact, I wonder I'm even on the sofa.
Oh, right, what's that?
I almost couldn't detach myself from my Xbox One, Rachel.
Oh, well, it's very good of you to shout for work.
That's my pleasure.
It does leave me a little bit worried for the release of the PS4 later this week, just in time for Christmas. And we've had some other brilliant consoles in, like the Ouya, the Razer's Edge, NVIDIA Shield.
We've really represented gaming more than ever in this series of the Gadget Show. Don't forget some of the peripherals. Oculus Rift that we had in the studio, along with Omni, the 360-degree treadmill. It's incredible stuff, but we've dug deep, folks, and we think we might be able to pull one more gaming oddity out of the bag that's going to blow your minds.
You ready for this?
Say hello to the Cobra Curved Display, a 150-degree wraparound projection screen, which provides users with the most visceral gaming and movie-watching experience imaginable.
Oh, look at this! Absolutely amazing. I have to say, this screen's so immersive. Mine's running a full HD projector, which is pointed directly at what's called a first surface mirror.
First surface mirrors have their reflective layer on the front face to eliminate any reflections or ghosting. And Cobra's anti-warping software ensures the smoothest curved image possible.
And I've got to tell you, this is the most realistic flight simulator experience I've ever experienced.
The screen can be used to display media played via Windows-based PCs or peripherals like my Jetmax 737 flight trainer.
Oh, definitely I'm in trouble now, Rach. I'm coming in sideways to Heathrow.
And my Vasaro actuator motion driving system. It's so realistic. It really does feel like you're on the track. Smooth movements, don't brake while I'm shifting down, and the hairpin bend's coming up. Just finding my way around the track. So I've got a brake, shift down, and coast round. Foot on the floor. Yeah, baby! Got some speed on the flat. I am Loving it. A bit of a girl racer. I need to calm down.
Oh, this is not looking good. I'm losing sight of the runway, Rach.
So what are you racing while you're flying?
No, I'm trying to just save myself and all the passengers.
Oh, right, okay.
It looks like it's not really going to happen at this stage. I'm just not anywhere near the runway. Hopefully the simulated fire engines are ready. Here is down. This is not going to work, I don't think, but I'm going to give it a try. Oh my God!
Minimums.
No! Ah! Oh, great!
I think you need to calm down a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blighty. That's how we roll here at Bradbury Airways. All right? That's it for this episode. On The Gadget Show.
Love gizmos? Do we have a place for you?
I'm about to take you to the cutting edge. It's serious stuff.
Each week, test the hottest and edgiest tech, toys, and gadgets that are making a huge splash.
He's gonna throw it back.
The Gadget Show, Wednesday nights at 9:30 on Discovery Science.
This is what the office used to look like. And this is what's replaced it. A room that's as clinical as a laboratory and in which there's no human contact. Here, the only eye that meets yours is an electronic one. Even the boss's office pen is electronic. And if you were thinking of slacking, forget it. For at the push of a button, the modern employer can conjure up a picture of exactly what's happening on the other side of the wall, while he approves the bonus check made out to himself. It's a boss's world, this machine age. Even if the conscientious employer is planning a business conference, he can still video record everything that happens in the office while he's away. At the local golf course, for instance. Some pushed the idea a stage further and began taking business calls while actually driving. They were to find, however, that this was potentially a dead end. Many decided that it was safer to work from home, where there were fewer distractions. But this peace of mind was short-lived. Before long, technology had even penetrated the sanctity of the home, and the home-based executive found himself under constant scrutiny from an electronic big brother. In the 90s, we can begin to glimpse the way forward. It's a vision of a world in which every office is lit by 1,000 points of light. This, we are told, is the electronic utopia, a future in which we'll all be wired together in one vast computer network. When we look at this future now, are we frozen with horror? Or are we entranced by this vision of a new world? I'm Dr. Michio Kaku. Question everything with Discovery Science.
A world of extreme weather, alien landscapes, and bizarre phenomena. It's the most complex system we know of in the universe. That planet is Earth. At sea, the wave is virtually invisible, but it has a secret.
It can travel at 600 miles per hour